Hello class 12. Today I am going to start with this new topic, that is allergy. Allergy, uh, in previous video we talk about immunity, immune system, antibodies, antigen, lymph organs. Now today here we start with this allergy. What is allergy? Allergy, the aggregated response of the immune system to certain antigen present in the environment is called allergy. Okay, what are allergens? Allergens are the substance to which such a the immune response is produced are called allergens. In simple, allergy causing agents are called allergens. The antibody produced to these are of IgE type. This is written here. IgE antibody, after the entry of the allergens in the body, which type of antibody is produced, that is IgE is produced. Allergens are usually foreign proteins. Basically it is made up of protein, but common example of allergens are the dust mites, pollen, animal dander. Dander are hair and fur of the animal is called dander. And but sometimes drug and certain other thing may also result in allergic reaction. uh, what happened during the allergic reaction? Allergic reaction occur due to the liberation of the chemical histamine. Histamine. Histamine liberated after the allergic reaction. Histamine and serotonin also. Histamine and serotonin release after the allergic reaction. These two are liberated, that is histamine and serotonin. Histamines remains in the bound state in certain tissue cells are called the mast cell. Where are histamine accumulated or present? Histamines remains in bound state by the mast cell and the basophil cells of the blood also. What is mast cell? Mast cells, histamines remains in a bound state in a certain tissue cells known as mast cell, or also in basophil cells of the blood. Now here are two type of histamine receptor cells, that is H1 receptor and H2 receptors. What is H1 receptors? H1, the stimulation of H1 receptor cell result in the so-called allergy manifestation. These cells are found primarily in the lung, skin, tissue, intestinal mucosa, etc. Means H1 receptor cells result in the so-called allergic manifestation. These cells are found primarily in the skin, lung tissue, intestinal mucosa, but H2 cells receptors are present in the gastric mucosa of the stomach. Their stimulation result in increased gastric acid secretion also. Here it is where it is present, H2 present in gastric mucosal cell and increase the gastric acid secretion also, and H1 receptor found in lung, skin, lung tissue and intestinal mucosa. Now, children in metro cities of India suffer from allergic reaction and asthma due to sensitivity to the environment. This is mainly due to the protective nature and protective environment provided in early life, which causes allergic reaction occur in children in metro cities of India suffer from allergic reaction and asthma due to sensitivity to the environment, and is mainly due to the protected environment provided early in life. Now, allergic reactions are usually very rapid. The most common manifestation are itching, skin eruption, urticaria and allergic dermatitis also. What is anaphylactic shock? Anaphylactic shock. It is not like a current shock or any shock. It is called the anaphylactic shock. It's a condition of the acute emergency. It is a condition of acute emergency where the patient suddenly gets the severe shock on injection of a foreign protein. even in a very small amount due to the sensitization from a previous dose. Sometimes when antigen is injected into the bloodstream, as happened with a bee and wasp sting also, it is spread rapidly to large number of mast cell over the body. This result is the stimulation discharge of very large quantity of histamine. Histamines released in a very large quantities, so the resulting symptoms or condition are called anaphylactic शॉक. मीन्स इन सिंपल, अगर हम किसी भी पर्सन को कुछ भी एंटीजन उसकी बॉडी में इंजेक्ट कराते हैं, इवन इन स्मॉल अमाउंट, या आपको कोई वास्प या बी काट लेता है, तो आपकी बॉडी में बहुत ज़्यादा अमाउंट में हिस्टामाइंस रिलीज होते हैं. ओके, एंड दीज हिस्टामाइंस से जो कंडीशन और जो सिम्टम्स आते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड एनाफाइलेक्टिक शॉक. इट इज़ एक्सप्लोसिव एंड ड्रामेटिक एंड विद इन अ मिनट और टू वील develop all over the skin. Because the tissue around the face is soft, it swell easily, and the tissue around the eyes may become a puffy that within 5 minutes or so the eye may close completely. This type of symptom occur during this anaphylactic shock. Now next one is immunity. In previous video we discussed about it, and what is immunity? Immunity is the ability of the host to fight the disease causing organism conferred by the immune system is called immunity. And now type of immunity, two type of immunity: innate, by birth, natural, heritable or non-specific immunity. In previous video it discussed, and now today we start with acquired or specific immunity. Acquired immunity. What is acquired? Acquired means it's artificial. It's not natural. It's not from the time of birth. Means here acquired immunity is pathogenic specific. Acquired immunity is pathogenic specific. It is characterized by memory. When our body encounters the pathogen for a first time, it produces the response called primary response, which is a low intensity. Subsequent encounter with the same pathogen elicits a highly intensified secondary or anamnestic response. The primary and secondary immune response are carried out with the help of two special type of the lymphocyte present in our blood, that is B and T lymphocyte. We discuss about it, about this B and T lymphocyte. The acquired immunity is of two type: natural acquired immunity and artificial acquired immunity. Now natural also again it is of two type: natural active immunity and natural passive immunity. And artificial acquired immunity is also of two type: natural artificial active immunity, it is by the वैक्सीन से डेवलप कर सकते हैं हम इसको. आर्टिफिशियल पैसिव इम्यूनिटी. नाउ हेयर फर्स्ट वी डिस्कस अबाउट दिस natural acquired immunity. The host acquires this type of immunity naturally during the course of its lifetime. The natural acquired immunity may be active or may be passive. It's a host acquires this type of immunity, not a pathogen. Natural or active immunity, this is the resistance which develop as a result of some diseases or through recovery from diseases. This type of immunity develops due to the fact that memory cell produce and on exposure to the first infection are able to stimulate the production of massive quantities of antibody. When exposed to the same antigen, again this type of immunity is most effective and generally persist for a long time, sometimes even for life also. Natural passive immunity. This type of immunity is found in newly born child, acquired from the mother through the placenta. It's acquired. It is a type of acquired, but it's a natural. Why it's natural? Because it's from mother to fetus through the placenta. For instance, the child born by mother immune to tetanus, also so resistant towards this disease. This type of immunity also afford temporary protection against the infection here. Now artificial acquired immunity, the host acquires this type of immunity during the course of lifetime by artificial mean. By artificial mean, but not the natural mean. Here in this two type, in natural active immunity means this most effective and generally persists for a long time, sometimes even for a life. रिकवरी फ्रॉम अ डिजीज़, आफ्टर द रिकवरी फ्रॉम अ डिजीज हमारे अंदर इनबिल्ट हो जाता है कि पहले ये पैथोजन आया था, हमने अपनी बॉडी को इस तरह से प्रोटेक्ट किया था, नाउ नेक्स्ट टाइम जब वो एंटर करेगा फिर भी हम उस तरह से प्रोटेक्ट करेंगे. Now second is natural passive. Why it is a natural passive? It's not direct, it's a indirect from mother to fetus by the use of placenta only. Here acquired by it is a host specific, is achieved by the injecting a small amount of vaccine in the body, host body. The vaccination stimulates the manufacture of antibodies against the antigen. Now artificial passive, if a person infected with some deadly microbes to which quick immune response is required, as in tetanus, we need to direct inject the perform antibodies or toxin, a preparation containing antibodies to the toxin. This is developed through injection of immune serum present in already immunized organism. Now what is vaccine exactly? The term vaccine is used for any biological material injected into the body to stimulate the active immunity. It is any biological material live dead in the body to stimulate the active immunity. In vaccination, a preparation of antigenic protein of pathogen or inactivated weakened pathogen are introduced into the body. The antibodies produced in the body against these antigen would neutralizes the pathogenic agent during actual infection. The vaccine also generate memory B and T cells that recognize the pathogen quickly on subsequent exposure and overwhelm the invaders with a massive production of antibodies.